Greetings, dearest. How are you? This is Brigitte. I would like to do a topic discussion today on independence versus interdependence. So basically, I pick a word that represents the theme and an anchoring for each year that I enter into. Last year's, surprisingly enough, was surrender. And this year's word I picked was independence. However, moving just before this full moon, I have come to the conclusion that I am changing my word to interdependence. And the reason is, I think because I obviously am a teacher, and most of those teachings are based on the law of one, teaching you about the cosmic laws of one, that everything is one, etc., etc., then how can I sit and anchor in a word that is independent of that? Excuse me. So I guess if I create and change the word to interdependent, we start to move a little bit more fluidly between the systems that we need to work with. And I guess my state of mind was different a couple of weeks ago to where it is now. I am currently flying high. I am flying super high. There is so much energy moving around. I'm feeling abundant. I am feeling superb. I am feeling so activated. I am happy. I am grounded. I am centered. I am just flying. So my state of being in the beginning of the year was good. It was great. However, it was not as elevated as it is now. So obviously from a clarity perspective, I would use the teachings that I'm feeling and receiving now as my new platform. And as you know, everything changes. And this is the first year that I've changed my word. So I feel it's fair after merely doing it still within the January timeline. So interdependence, all we are ever doing is trying to find a symbiotic relationship between self and source. And a symbiotic relationship is an interdependent relationship. The one requires the other to come into symbiosis through this interrelated and interdependent relationship instead of being codependent. Okay, so the original exercise for myself was, what am I dependent on? What am I too dependent on? Let's say, for example's sake, my partner's love. Am I too dependent on groceries from the grocery store? Am I too dependent on my car, getting around merely through the use of my car? Am I too dependent on the house that I pay rent in? Is there too much of a codependency relationship playing out in these aspects of my life? Okay, so what this word did in the beginning of the year is highlight these areas that I wished to focus on. So for example's sake, within the relationship perspective is be more self-loving, so that you don't need to feed off of another system that that is independent. It's an independent system, but you can have interdependency, healthy interdependency in the symbiotic space. All right. I've mentioned the grocery store. I need to grow food. We have got a greenhouse, but it's been an iffy project, and it's not cool. It's not cool. We need to be growing food. We need to be growing food, organic, beautiful, healthy food. And what's amazing about growing food is that it's restoration of the soil. Number one. Number two, it's beautiful grounding. It's beautiful grounding work and absolute connection to Gaia. So why wouldn't you? And then what else? Being too dependent on the car, take more walks, walk to the beach, get your exercise. So when you do these things and you look at where you are too codependent, all of a sudden your daily structure changes. You become less aligned to linear time. you have more flow to do exercise, to be growing food, because you know you are becoming less dependent on these structures. And that's why I implemented this word this year of independence. I've now changed it to interdependence, because again, it's not so much blocking out these things that we do not like or that we believe do not serve us. It is more of a, they are there. I am able to use them because I'm a master in this earth realm, and I will use them through discerned choice, but I'm also not dependent on them. So there's a beautiful symbiosis playing out, and I believe it's super, super healthy. And again, we're only ever looking to create a symbiotic energy with source, all right? So let that be your guide, and let this interplay between these two words give you your teaching and ask you to look where you are too codependent on things in your life. I hope you've enjoyed this teaching. Guys, my first level 1 Ascension teachings is finally out. So please just check the links, and please check the links. And sorry, my husband is just distracting me from outside the window. Please check the links down below. I'm super, super excited to finally launch this, and really, really looking forward to your feedback actually. So yeah, check the links down below. Please subscribe, like, whatever, and get those Ascension teachings level 1. They are super, super in depth. It's a bit of a push into the deep end. Level 2 sort of eases up a bit. I've done it the opposite way around. It eases up, but I've given you everything you need, or most of what you need in level 1. So please enjoy. Thank you for supporting. Lots of love.